Boom. Okay, we are live. We are ready to go. So this is your fourth guitar lesson from tone deaf beginner to. I just gotta make sure everything's working here. Sorry. Hey! Can everybody hear me? Hopefully you can. Whoa. Okay. Alright, should be alright. Whoa, hey. Okay, so it's your fourth guitar lesson. So we're gonna, the first few guitar lessons we've taken care of so far. Is this light working? The first lessons we've done so far were to learn. The last lesson we did yesterday was how to tune the guitar. We're going to tune the guitar right now. So often, as soon as you pick up the guitar, you need to tune it. Okay? So I'm tuning the guitar right now. I'm looking at the little dial. So it'll say what note you're doing. So it'll say, if I'm hitting the little E string, it'll say E, and then it'll have a little dial going this way and that way. And the little minus means it's flat, and the little plus means it's too sharp. So if it's too sharp, you gotta loosen the string. And again, here is what note it is. So when I pluck the string, it's gonna say E because I'm hitting the E string, and it has a little dial again. It's just swinging around. So I want to try and get it as close as I can to the center. It'll always be swinging around, but just less swinging around over here, and more swinging over here. All right. So I hope you're loving playing the guitar. Tuning is very important because you can imagine trying to play an instrument that's completely out of tune. You know, it's just not pleasing to the ear. So if your instrument is in tune, it doesn't matter what instrument you have or whatever. The quality of the instrument, as regards the tonal quality, what's most important is that it's easy to play, because that means that you want to play it all the time. So I've done little things to my guitar to make it my own. As I said, if you want to make it your own in a more spiritual sense, write your name on it and so on. Some people give names to their guitars. I personally don't. Don't do that. Hey. Right, just checking the sound, drinking some coffee here. This is your fourth guitar lesson. Wow, well done. Alright, so we'll get straight into it. We're just going to go over the chords again. We got A, D, and we got some E. Now, counting is so important. I'm going to start playing this drum beat right now. That is very slow. Let's turn this off and back on again. So that's 120 BPM. Now I'm lowering the tempo. BPM means beats per minute, okay? I'm lowering the tempo now, so it's dropping down to 116. Can you hear it slowing down? Now we're dropping it down to 105. Gonna keep slowing it down. We're going into rap territory. We're going to 95. We're gonna slow it down to slow rap. 80. I think we'll just go for 80. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's go a little bit slower. Let's go to 70. 70. Okay, 1, 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, you can hear that drum beat. So we're just going to use that to stay in time, okay? The easiest students to teach to are drummers, okay? Why? Because they understand how time works. Anytime I ever teach a student, they always find it really hard to stay in time. So this might seem very simplistic. You don't even need to have purchased your own guitar yet. All I'm asking you to do is maybe ask around, ask a friend if you could borrow their guitar for a week while you try playing it out, okay? There's no need to spend any money on this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and... Now I know I've already covered all this, but we gotta keep doing it, because mastery's gotta take 10,000 hours. This is only the 4th hour. And a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and... Keep counting with me. And 4 and a 1. Just let your body fucking move. Sorry for cursing. And 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2. Keep counting. Alright, we're going to get the guitar in a while. So hopefully you guys have been practicing your chords. We're just going to do a little recap on those chords before we start playing. And if you're ahead, you just start playing without us, okay? You just go on ahead. We're still practicing that 12-bar blues. As I said already, if someone said, listen, Vegan Stephen, you can only play 12-bar blues the rest of your life, I would happily, well, not so much happily, but I would be able to still be able to write some hit songs just using these 3 chords, okay? So really the power of these, of the chord 1, of the chord 4 and the chord 5 is so strong. It's all based down the harmonic series and so on, but we won't get into that. Okay, just keep tapping your foot or something. Just keep moving. You just gotta let it. It's the only way you're gonna be staying in time. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I got a guitar lesson off someone. He charged something like €200 an hour, and he gave me this guitar lesson in front of the whole big school, the whole big college of music or whatever. And I was tapping my foot while I was playing this Classical Police by Bach, and he was like, you cannot tap your foot while you're playing. And I was like, how am I going to stay in time? And he said, tap your toe inside your shoe. I think that's a lot of bollocks. But he's coming from a background where they didn't have microphones, so it's a much older tradition, not so much moving with the times. Oh my god, he said. Alright, here we go. 1, in a moment. Okay, we got our A chord. Okay, we stop this, we'll turn this beat down for a bit and we'll just gonna do a recap, because we're still only learning, do you know what I mean? It's gonna take a lot of time. So I'm just listening to this drum beat in the background. You guys probably can't hear it. Okay, here we go. So we got our A chord. We call that the staircase. Okay, let's go over our finger names. Index. Middle, which is also known as 2. 3, which is known as the ring finger. Try and say this even before I say it. Okay, let's do it together. So I'm going to show you. You say it, and then I'm going to say it. You try to beat me. Okay, here we go. So I want you to say the number and the finger name associated with it. Okay, so you gotta beat me, so you gotta already say it before I say it. Let's try again. Thumb and 5, okay? Let's try again. Okay, have you said it? Little finger, 4. Little finger, 4. Okay, let's keep going. I know this is basic stuff, but it's good to, you gotta have it, this information instantly. You can't think about it, you just gotta bang, that's what it is. Because if that delay is there, it's going to delay you reading the music, it's going to delay the music, and you're going to be playing behind everyone else in the group. There's ways around that and so on, but this is just, this is like, if you can only speak your native language very slowly, this is how you speed it up or whatever. Okay, here we go. Because we're learning a language here, people, so we just tuned up the guitar. Okay, let's stay focused. Thumbs, 5th finger. Little finger, 4th. Ring finger, 3rd. Index finger, 1st. Middle finger, 2nd. Thumb, 5. Little finger, 4. Index finger, 1. Middle finger, 2. Ring finger, 3. Thumb, 5. Little finger, 4. Okay, you got it? And this is so useful because it's going to come across on all the instruments you're learning. So piano, keyboard, tin whistle. this like it seems super like obvious. Oh, my finger names. And you just gotta know which hand is which. Okay. This might seem super simple, but I've had to spend weeks with kids. Just I couldn't teach them guitar because they didn't know their finger names. I was like, get your index finger out, and they'd be like, index finger? Because when you're teaching someone who is it's only 4, like, I don't know, you just gotta do everything. And then some people have an older generation of different names for like little finger. They might call them pinky or something. Just gotta make sure everyone's using the same language. Okay. Here we go. Parts of the guitar. So we got our A chord, we got our things. So keep practicing while I'm talking. Keep looking at the sheet, even when I'm just talking, and it doesn't apply to you. Just keep strumming those chords. Keep practicing, sliding in between those chords. I'm just here to keep you motivated. You could be looking up this information on any guitar channel, okay? The reason you're here is because you want me to be telling you what to do and encouraging you and so on, okay? Okay. It's just like having a regular guitar teacher. You can comment below and a member of my team might get back to you. Alright. Is anyone here a smart aleck? If you already know how to do an A7, try that out. Get practicing that. Okay, here we go. So the blues form. How does blues work? We got the 12 bar blues. What is a bar? A bar is a count of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I'd recommend either clicking or tapping your foot, or at least moving some part of your body when you're listening to music. Okay? When you get really good, you'll be able to click your fingers slightly behind the music and slightly ahead of the music and play with time and all sorts of cool stuff. This is the kind of games I play with myself when I'm in the dentist. I start like trying to do polyrhythms on top of pop music playing, like by tapping my feet while he's there with a drill in my mouth. Like, yeah. Alright, this is just nerdy stuff. We're starting out the very basics. This is going from tone deaf, I know nothing. I'm 4 years old or 80 and I've never played anything. So let's go over these string names again. So keep strumming away. If I'm talking, keep look at the screen. Practice your blues. Just keep practicing. Okay. I'm going to hit a string and you tell me which one it is. You might not be able to see, but what one's that? Little E. What's this one? Big E. What's this one? B. See if you can tell by the sound of it. What was that one? A. Well, we go just down and up maybe. Okay. Big E, 6. A, 5. D, 4. 3, G. B, second from the bottom. 2, 1, E. So I'm giving the string names there. I'm playing them. And don't worry if this seems hard, it'll all just sink in, just like if you're in a different country or trying to learn a language. You'll just hear me talking, and then after a while you'll be like, oh, there's no such thing as B sharp, or whatever. You'll be saying this stuff in your sleep. Alright, from the bottom now, bottom up, we're counting the strings, okay? 1, little E. So play along with me. The little string at the bottom. You've tuned up and you can just hear this as well. So we're just practicing, just playing it. We either have a plectrum. Do you know what? We might go into how to hold a plectrum today, but that doesn't really matter. Just playing that little E, just getting comfortable playing that little E string, you know? We're going up. This is just our right hand or plucking hand. Okay, we're just using our thumb. We're just practicing here. We're just getting used to the instrument now. We haven't really played this instrument before, so we're just getting comfortable. Alright, just keep playing that B string. Just get flipping. Look out the window or something, whatever you're into. Because I want you guys to be doing this. We're moving on to the G now, 3rd string. I want you guys to just be watching TV, you know, and just playing this little string softly, and then just practicing, you know. I wouldn't be mad if I went from the little E to the big E. Wouldn't that be crazy? I went like, and then jumped all the way up. and just make little gains for yourself. Keep it interesting. It's the only way you're going to be the best. If you want to be just okay, you kind of got to do a lot of this stuff as well. Unless you want to spend the next 10 years to be just okay. If you want to be just okay in the next few months, do this stuff while you're chilling out watching TV. So we're just playing that little B string. We're watching our favourite TV show, Big Brother, Coronation Street, soaps, whatever you're into. Alright, moving up to the next one, we got G. We're just practicing, we're just playing away. Using whatever fingers are around. There's no real right or wrong way to do this, because yeah, I've learned so many different ways to play guitar. It's crazy. So yeah, you just got to make sure that you're comfortable. Mostly you just got to be very mindful. If any of you have ever done yoga or mindfulness or meditation of any kind, try to just feel where the tension is in your body. So if there's a lot of tension up here, you know, you got to really breathe into that and release the tension, because that's how you're going to get long-term damage, is by being tense. For example, you might play a guitar at a gig, and then you might like do some wild stuff like, oh yeah, oh jeez, where's my leg? Alright, and then you get a sore arm the next day because you're all tense and all the rest of it. So you got to be mindful of what you're doing with your body. And when I say mindful, I don't mean overthink. I just mean be aware of all the feelings and stuff, sensations going to your brain, and not blocking them out. Alright, that's getting a little bit deep. Just keep playing those. We're on the little E string now. We're going up to the B. We just got one hand here. If you want, you can still keep having a go at those chords. Just keep looking at them. And what you can do when you're at the bus and all that, you can just, waiting at the bus stop, see the palm of your hand there, or when you're waiting to go see the principal after you spat on the secretary's new shoes or something, because I don't know why, make up your own reasons. Yeah, when you're waiting in your principal office or whatever, you just practice the chords in the palm of your hand, okay? So it looks a little bit like Spider-Man, doesn't it? Pew! So we got A, we got D, we got E. Okay, these are the shapes. You can just practice these anytime you want. A, D, E. A, D, E. And I know this might seem a bit mad. If that's too out there for you, you can use your hand. I'm playing the guitar neck. A, D, E. A, D, E. Okay? A lovely gentleman, one of my first guitar teachers from the Philippines, taught me this. A, D, E. 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 Okay? It's all up here. You don't even need a guitar, alright? You can get... Alright. Let's keep going. Little E string. Just keep playing that little E string. Moving up to that B. You don't play as fast as I am or anything. We're just getting used to learning where everything is on the instrument. I used to make up all kinds of games for myself. Like just go, I'm going to write down a list of numbers or something. And then I'm just going to jump to whatever fret it is. So it'd be like 1, 20, 1, 1, 12, 4, 7, 9, 2, 4, 0, 12, 13, 10, 11, 9, 7. Okay, you get it, alright? Just doing stuff just to exercise your brain. It's just like doing puzzles by yourself. And that's the only way you're going to know every single note all over the fretboard, inside out, backwards, forwards. And you might be thinking, oh, it seems like a lot of work. Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, anything's a lot of work if you think about it that way. This is how you become the best guitarist. Like I was like the best guitarist in my in a lot of schools I went to and so on. And it's just because I made it super fun for myself, so much fun that I wanted to just play guitar like all day long. I was like, oh, I can't wait to go on and play guitar for like 3 hours. And then I'd be so annoyed when my hands got real. I was having so much fun playing guitar that my fingers used to get so sore and I used to be so angry. I was like, oh no, I can't play guitar now because my hand's all sore from playing guitar. And I was like, wow, I still have my other hand. I can practice just doing open string stuff. This is brilliant. So you can practice playing guitar even without a guitar. You can practice with just one hand. Look, one hand. Alright, you can use either hand for playing the guitar. It doesn't matter. Okay, you get the idea. Where are my theatrics? Okay. And so on. Okay? None of that matters. Okay. What's important is you just always keep thinking. I'm playing the little E string, going up to the B, going up to the G, come on up to the G with me, come on up to the D with me, come on up to string 5, the A string, come on up to the big E string. Okay, just keep playing that big E string. You can play with a plectrum or whatever you're into. Do you know what, for the crack, will we try a plectrum? Or will I try a coin? Which would you guys like better? Will I do a coin for the crack? I'll use a coin for the crack. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, here's a bit of European currency. That's a 5-cent coin, okay? You guys see that? A 5-cent coin. I'd rather I had a euro personally, or a 2 euro coin, but only a 5-cent on me. Alright. This is just an example to show that it doesn't matter what plectrum you get, okay? You can also fashion a piece of a credit card or a leap card or any kind of card into this shape right here. I have a lot of very strong feelings about plectrums, but at the end of the day you do not need one if you're that good. Alright, if you're playing guitar all day every day, you will be very great at guitar even if you only have one hand. Doesn't matter which one. I can still play guitar with either hand, like, it's not an issue. And you can get all sorts of sounds out of guitars. Okay, here we go. So here's how you hold a plectrum. I'm just going to play for 1 second with the metal plectrum, and 1 second with the plastic plectrum, and 1 second with my hands, just so you can hear yourself the difference and which one you would like, okay? So first off, I'm going to just play some G with my I'm going to just play a bit of an A chord, okay? And you have an A chord right there in front of you, so you can practice playing A as well if you want. So we're just going to listen to the differences. Okay, so here is okay, here is the fingers, just fingers, okay? Fingers onto a metal coin. Alright, onto a bit of plastic. This is 1 millimeter. To the metal coin. Any metal coin will do. Metal coin and fingers. So which do you like? And here's my personal favourite at the moment. A tiny plectrum. It's pretty much, oh yeah, this is the stuff. I think it's like rock, it's a Jazz 3 by Dunlop. Vegan Stephen plectrums are coming soon. But you don't need a plectrum off Vegan Stephen. You can use your own European currency, any currency you want, and so on. For a lot of my videos I choose to use my fingers just because I want to show people that you can use anything you want, you know. You don't need to go out and buy an expensive guitar. You don't need to worry if you don't have a plectrum, if you only have 2 strings on your guitar. There's videos of people playing brilliant songs with only 1 or 2 strings on their guitar. I can't remember the names of these people, unfortunately. But there's a class video of a lad just in Africa, just I think he's begging or something on a street corner, and he's just playing one string. Oh, I love my country. I love my country, yes I do. I don't know what his song is. I'm only making it, but yeah, it's just playing one string. So even if you have only one string, that's no excuse not to write a hit song, alright? You're only making up excuses. There's a lad in Africa who already wrote a kick-ass song. It's over 1 million views, like it's just him playing one string singing a song. Does he have better vocal cords than you? He has the same, more or less. Alright, let's get down to business. So we have our hands warmed up. We're just going to play some blues on loop. Okay, so one more time. We're on our A chord, we're on our D chord. Have you guys been practicing changing? Here's the A. So we're changing from A. A chord involves our index, middle and ring, okay? The open strings are the A and the little E. Open strings, once again, little E and A. Index finger is going on the D string, 2nd fret. Middle finger on the G string, 2nd fret, excuse me. And B string has a ring finger on it on the 2nd fret. Okay? Oh, isn't that gorgeous? So 2 open strings ringing out. Now, I know you're only starting out, so a lot of you guys, your strings won't be ringing out that clearly. And that will come in time, don't worry about it. I couldn't do a bar chord for my first few weeks playing guitar, okay? Do you hear how nice that sounds? That's just one hand, and you can do this right now, just using two of your fingers. I'm just playing that open A and little E. So all the music's in you already. We'll keep going. Stay inspired, people. Alright. So remember, we call this one the staircase, just to remember it. It's A major, but it looks like this, alright? Index, middle, ring on the D, G, and little B string. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have a go at picking that, alright? That'll be a bit of fun. So we're going to use our thumb for the A string, our index for the D string, our middle finger for the G string, or just a finger for every string, okay? And a thumb. So you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. There's the big E, we're not going to play that. And then we just go A, da 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 da, one finger on each string. You see that? So we're just going to have a little bit of fun. It doesn't matter if you get this right or not. We're just going to have a little bit of fun picking through the strings. And you can also use a plectrum if you wish. Alright, I'm gonna teach you over time how to even use hybrid picking, which is my favourite, which is where you use a pick and your fingers at the same time. Once you become really good at finger picking and using a you can just do whatever you want. This is what happens when you play guitar and music just all day, every day. Somehow you just get really good. I've no natural ability. I couldn't tune a guitar for the first 4 years or something. I could not figure out how do people tune guitar by ear. It doesn't make sense. I couldn't do it without a tuner. I was an incredibly slow learner, but I stuck at it for, God knows, 50 years or something. Not 50. I'm not that old yet. A lot of years. Okay, here we go. We're doing our A chord and we're just picking up through all the notes. So this way we can hear what notes are ringing out clearly. Do your notes sound like that? A string, D string, G string, B string, E string, B string, G string, D string, A string, A, D, G, B, E, B, G, D, A. Alright, just it's very good to sing along because that way you internalize all the transitions, because you're internalizing how much your throat needs to move to get to that next note. So you're internalizing the music in one way by moving along with it, and you're actually physically have to make the note transitions in your actual throat. Okay, this will all take a while. at the start you're going to be like, that's not going to sound very good. But after a year or two, you're going to be gorgeous. Everyone's going to be like, geez, how did he or she or something else get so good at that instrument? And you'll be like, oh, I'm just a genius. I never had one lesson. All right. And meanwhile, you were studying the Vegan Stephen course every day. All right. So these are the there's no shortcuts really. You're going to watch a lot of videos which are like, oh yeah, I'll show you how to do this and that, which is fine, and I hope that works for you. Oh my flippers. Okay, we're back. We are back. Okay, I hope it works for you, but this is literally holding your hand for the first 100 hours of your guitar playing, so I think this is a safe bet. And also, you don't really know who's teaching you these things, as in like, you only get to see them for like 5-10 minutes, whereas this, you kind of understand my philosophy on a lot of things, so you can kind of get an idea on whether you would like my approach to teaching or not. Who knows? Okay, so we got our A chord there, we got our D chord. We're just picking through the notes and seeing what is ringing out. Okay, what notes are ringing out and what notes sound like this? Like, they're not all be ringing out straight away. It takes a lot of practice. I'm on that D chord. I'm just finger picking my D chord coming up from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little E, B, G, D. Alright, picking up from the bottom. 6 is the biggest string, 1 is the littlest string, okay? Little E, B, G, D. Help me learn off those string names, okay? Well, you're gonna have to move your fingers around. We're only using the very tip of our fingers, okay? Do I have something to point? I have a pencil. Okay, I have a pencil. So here's a finger. Okay, there's a finger. So we're only using the very tip of the finger, okay? You might need to make sure that your nails are trimmed back if you want to. But I've seen plenty of person play guitar with long nails, and you can do it fine. It's just altering your technique. It's not the easiest way to play, but where there's a will, there's a way. Honestly, like Django Reinhardt only had 2 fingers, and he was amazing. Absolutely, like one of the world's best guitar players of all time. He only had 2 fingers. So listen, if you're going, oh, I'm just not talented in music, you're just lying to yourself. All right. There's a lad out there who did it with only 2 fingers, and he was a million times better than I was. He was playing even more hours a day than me, I'm sure. Okay, here we go. So listen, I'm going to leave you on your own for 1 minute. We're going to start counting. We're just going to play the A chord, okay? And I just want you to strum along. 1 and 2 and just strum along and count to 4. Just keep playing that A chord, okay? And try to figure out, like why. Do you have any idea why one of your fingers isn't making a lovely note? The angle. Where's the guitar? Here's why your fingers is not sounding nice with your fingers on the guitar, okay? So right now, you gotta like surgically go in with your finger and press it in and out, surgically. What a lot of people do is they play the guitar and lie their fingers and hand all over the instrument, okay? That's not what you need to do. You need to go in, have a severe bend in the first knuckle, right here, severe bend, okay? You see how extreme my bends are? Now this is going to take a lot of practice. It's going to take months and months and months. Or maybe weeks. Or maybe you might even get it on your first go. Who knows? It took me a long time to do it. Because, like I said, people... Can you guys see this here? A lot of people, kind of, when they're playing one note, they play it like that. And they're blocking out nearly the whole guitar. When really, in most situations, you just got to be in. Finger in, finger out. Just only the tip of the finger. And you got to work on bending this first knuckle. Okay, so I'll be back in one moment. I want you guys to just strum that A chord in time with the drum beat. Alright? And if you can, sway your body a little bit, I'd recommend it. It's helped me out to no end. So, and 3 and 4, A chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, keep going. 3. Keep going. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Even clapping will do. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Clapping is great. And 1 and you just gotta practice staying in time. It might sound really easy, but every single time I play a live show and I tell the audience to clap along, they always they always speed up. They can't. There's a lot of skill. If you can just, the power of just being able to tap along with this is immense. Okay? 4 and 1. Okay, so we're gonna start playing now. Our A chord. We're gonna play our 4-bar blues. Okay? So the first bar is A. Then we're into our D. And I'm just gonna go over the transitions for one moment. Okay, I know I went over this in every lesson so far, but you gotta know this, and it's not gonna go in the first 2, 3, 4 times you try to learn it. It's gonna take fucking, excuse me for cursing, it's gonna take hours. Okay, I'm gonna do my best to keep this as kid friendly as I can, but I do a lot of cursing in my general podcast business. But I'm gonna try and keep it as friendly as I can for these. Okay, here we go. Where are we now? So A. For A to D, we need to slide that ring finger. So get your A chord ready. We're moving to D. We're sliding our ring finger to the 3rd fret. We're sliding our finger out to the 3rd fret. We are dropping our index finger down to the G string, and we're dropping our middle finger down to that little E on the 2nd fret, okay? So index and middle are on the 2nd fret. Ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string, okay? So back, how do we go back from D to A? So we're going on D, we're moving back to A. We bring up our index finger to the D string, then we bring up our middle finger to the G string, and then we slide our ring finger back in to the 2nd fret. So everything is on the 2nd fret again. Okay, let's try that again. We're back to A. A major, how are you getting on? You're looking great. Okay, we're on A, we're going to get to D. We're going to slide our ring finger to the 3rd fret of the B string. Then we're going to drop our index and middle down. Okay, till our middle finger is on the 2nd fret of the little E, and our index finger is on the 2nd fret of the G string. Okay? And it should sound like this. Okay, does it sound like that? D string, G string, B string, E string. Does it sound like that? It should. But the world's full of shoulds. So, even if you've only one string ringing out clearly, that's good for now. It's going to take a long time for your fingers to build up these calluses. What are calluses? A callus happens when, if you've ever met a bricklayer or someone who works with their hands, doing manual labour, their hands are often like thick, like kind of leather, which is funny because leather is just human, or just skin anyway. But yeah, it's quite rough. The skin's quite rough, like kind of not sandpapery, but the skin thickens up in these certain zones. And they're called calluses, and they're what you get on your fingers for playing guitar. And the calluses, some ways you might want to think about, if you have loads of money, you do not need this in any way. If you have loads of money, maybe think about getting either small electric guitar strings for your acoustic guitar, or classical guitar strings, because the natural strings that come with acoustic guitars are quite thick. They're 12 gauge, so I often like to use 10 gauge strings, and often even 10 gauge electric. These are 10 gauge acoustic strings, but I even find them too big. Just because I play guitar for so many hours a day, it's hard to keep up that kind of stamina every single day. It's easy to injure yourself, you know. But I find if I'm using really light if I use really light strings, I can play all day without injury. Alright, it's just like lifting really light weights all day. You probably won't injure yourself. You try to lift one big weight, you might pull your back out. That kind of thing. Yeah. So we're on A, we're going to D. Now let's have a go at E, okay? So we're going to go from D to E. Okay, here we go. We're in our D, also known as triangle. Okay? You guys can see that. So we want to move from D to E. How are we going to do this? We are going to slide our index finger. Here's D. We're going to slide our index finger down to the first fret, and then we're going to pull up our middle and ring finger from the bottom until it's on the A and D string. And our index finger is going to be on that G. So let's try that again. We're doing our D. Have a look at the diagram there. We're on our D. We're playing 4 strings of the guitar. And our next chord we're going to play all of them because it's an E chord. Here we go. Sliding our index finger from the 2nd fret to the 1st fret on that G string, pulling up our middle and ring finger together, they're best friends, up here to the top of the guitar, which is on the A string and D string. Okay? Are you all right? Are you still with us? Where are you? Are you all right? Are you still with us? I know it's a lot of stuff. Right, just keep going. Just keep going. D, and I'll keep saying this again and again and again. Like we're still in our first 3 chords, and once you have this solid foundation down and learn how to count, you'll be laughing all the way to the theoretical bank. D to E, we're sliding our index finger down 1 fret and pulling up the back of our hand. So this is the motion here. D to E. E back to D. Got it? D to E. Slide and lift down. Slide and lift up. Slide and lift down to D. Slide and lift up to E. How do we get to A? From E, drop our back 2 fingers down until our ring finger is on the B string, and then pull your index finger up from the 1st fret D string up to the 2nd fret D string. Okay? That's from G to D. Alright! Right, we're nearly ready to do our blues, our 12-bar blues. And I hope you've been, just while I'm talking away, you've been strumming away, doing your own thing. Practicing your chord changes. You need to be practicing these chord changes morning, noon and night, and getting up before. But basically, if you want to get really good at guitar, bring it everywhere with you. Like, bring it to every party, and then someone will just start playing guitar that you brought, and you'll be like, oh fuck, flip, excuse me, and they might just be like, oh, here's a chord, I like this chord. You just be like, oh, one favourite thing I like to ask guitarists was, what's your favourite chord? And they'd be like, oh, I like this chord. And I was like, whoa, that chord's so cool, how do you do that? And they're just like, you just do this. And so every musician I ever met more or less showed me one chord. Do you know what I mean? And that's just a different version of an A chord. So you've already learned a basic A chord. This is just a different version of an A chord. Do you know what I mean? It's a different voicing. And the mad thing is, like, this is universal. So if you're listening to an orchestra, depending on the voicings, they're just, a whole orchestra can just play an A chord. It might sound like this, or it might sound like this, or depending on what way it's played, or maybe bit of the flute's playing it there, or whatever. So whether you're playing an A chord on a guitar or a whole orchestra is playing an A chord, it's still an A chord. So it's just mind blowing. You could write a symphony right now and it'd just be one chord, but it could just be you picking. I'm just going to show you how much you can do with one chord. Okay, here's just A. Alright, so I'm only playing these 5 strings. You can jam along with it right now. We're going to play the blues any moment, but okay, here we go. I'm just playing a different rhythm. I'm just applying different rhythms to, I'm finger picking just this one chord which you know. Okay, let's make something up. Here we go. I'm playing guitar. It's lesson 4 so far. I feel like I'm playing in the dark, but it's okay, 'cause we're playing guitar. Okay? You can just make up your own song with one chord, and all I did was mess around with this other hand. The whole time this guitar was just playing one chord. Okay? And then you can change it to be like this is like the key change, and it's come on, let's all play guitar together. Alright? And let's not listen to the naysayers who say that we should be playing violins instead of guitar. Okay? I just made up a song right there using these 3 chords. A, D, E. It's all you need. Stay inspired. Just keep practicing these chords and you will be fine. You got your palm, you got your A chord, you got your D chord, you got your E chord. Practice, 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 and practice your rhythm hand. Just keep it moving around when you listen to music, just tapping away. Some other great stuff that you can do while you're learning guitar is practice opening doors with your whichever hand is not your prominent hand. So if you're right-handed, start making cups of tea with your left hand. Start try and draw with your left hand or whatever your hand is, and this will really help you out across the musical field, such as like drumming and like beatboxing and all the things. You got to practice these mind gymnastics. Do you know what I mean? If you want to get good. But this is all just foundations, man. And keep strumming away in those chords when I'm talking. I'm just here to keep you motivated. Okay, let's have a go together at this. We're just going to jam together on this loop. Okay, so keep counting if you can. We're just going to 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's 1 bar. And we would have been playing A for that first bar. So the first bar, we're just going to talk ourselves through it. And so on. Okay, so the bar 1, we're going to play it along with the machine in a minute, but let's just go over how to do this one more time, because this is all new. This is only your 4th or 5th hour doing music, so you're doing great. Here we go. A. So we got our A chord there, and we're going to strum that on beat 1 of bar 1. Okay, we're just going to give it one strum. Any way we like. We're just going to try and do that A chord, and as soon as we do that strum on around beat 3, we're going to look ahead at the next bar and start getting ready for the beat 1 of bar 2, which will be a D chord. Okay, so I'm just going to go over everything I said again, because I want you to use this philosophy for next few days or week or so when you're doing your blues form. Okay, so I go like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So by that state, when I'm doing that pre-count, you got to be ready, getting your A chord ready. Okay, so when we say 1, you give it a strum. That's beat 1. Now I'm going to keep counting onto 2, onto beat 3. Now by beat 3, you need to be looking ahead at the next bar. the next bar is going to say D. So by that stage, you got to start sliding your fingers into that D position, going from A, bringing that ring finger down, and all the things, okay? Going from staircase into that triangle. So you're there for that beat 2, bang, beat 1 of bar 2, okay? Bar once again is 4 beats, okay? So we're flying. We already have beat 1, A, beat 1 of bar 2, D, and then we are going back. Same philosophy again. We're on bar 2, okay? D gets to beat 3 of the second bar, and we're getting ready to do the next chord, which is A. Alright? And we're going to hold that for 2. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. On the bar 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. So on that 4 and, before we go into bar 5, we have a D coming up. So we're just going to practice going into that D. Okay, so I think you know where I'm coming from. All I'm saying is, you got to be looking ahead, and you only, in a few weeks time, we will be doing stuff like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and do instant chord changes like that, but that's going to take a lot of time. So for now, we're just going to do single strums, and if you're feeling like an absolute rebel, you can keep strumming or whatever, but I just want you to be there for that beat 1. Alright, here we go. This is what happens when you read a text. It changes your mindset. Okay, we've only got 9 minutes left, people. So I think you know what I'm talking about. So we're just going to get into it, see what happens. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 70 BPM, 2 beats per minute, 4 and 1. So it's a little bit faster than your clock. A clock goes 60 beats per minute, and 3 and 4 and. You know what? We'll slow it down to do a clock, will we? So this is the same speed as your clock at home. I'm going to turn this up so you guys can hear it. Okay, you guys can hear that, yeah? And 2 and 3. Okay. Okay, hopefully you guys can definitely hear it here. 1 and 2, A, here we go. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, already made a mistake. Okay, here we go again. Get your A chord ready, here we go. 2 and 3 and 4. A, 1 and 2 and 3. Get ready for D. 1 and 2 and A for 2. 1 and 2 and another A. Here we go. 1 and 2. Moving into bar 5. Here comes D for 2. 1 and 2 and another D. 1 and 2. Now 2 bars of A. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. Another A. 1 and 2. Here comes the turnaround. So we're going into E. 1 and 2 and here comes D and 4 and D and 2. Here comes A and 4 and A and 2 and 3 and into E. 1 and 2 and 3. Back to the start. A. 1 and 2 and 3. D. 1 and 2 and 3. Back to A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3. Another A. 1 and 2 into bar 5. Here we go. D for 2. 1 and 2 and 3. Another D. 1 and 2 and 3. A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, here we go. Last 8 bars. E. 1 and 2 and 3 into D. 1 and 2 and 3. Back to A. 1. Big finish. Here we go. E. 1 and 2 and 3. Back to the start. A. 1 and 2 and D. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Back to A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A. Here comes D. We're on going to bar 5. 1 and 2 and 3. Bar 6. D. 1 and 2 and 3 and here's A. 1 and for 2 and 3 and another A. 1 1 and here comes the turnaround. Last 4 bars. E. 1 and 2 and 3 and D. 1 and 2 and 3 and A. 1 and 2 and back to E. 1 and 2. Keep going. Back to A. 1 and 2 and 3 and D. 1 and 2. Bar 3. A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A again. 1 and 2 and 3 and D for 2. One more D. Okay, here we go. A for 2. Here's another A. Okay, here comes the turnaround. Back to A. And now E. E. And back to the start. A, 2 and bar 2. D, 1 and 2 and 3 and A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Here comes bar 5. D for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D. Still playing lots of D. And back to A for 2. Are you starting to sweat? You starting to feel the burn? 1 and 2. Feel the burn. E. Even if you can't do these shapes, practice the shapes on the guitar. Back to D and A for 1. E and 4 and A and 2 and here comes E. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A. Back to the start. That was beat 1. Here's bar 2. D, 2 and 3 and A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Put in an extra strum if you want. Here's D for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. D again. 1 and 2 and 3 and A for 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A again. This is 60 BPM. Turn around. We're on E. And 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. This is the 12 bar blues. Vegan Stephen. A again. And 2. Podcast every day. Back to E. Supporting positive mental health. Here we go. Back to the start. A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Come on, stay focused. We only have another 2.5 minutes to go. Okay. Alright, that was intense, wasn't it? Alright, let's go over some parts of the guitar and stuff. So yesterday we talked about guitar maintenance. And for me, guitar maintenance is just about making the instrument more comfortable to play. Sanding down certain parts of the guitar that might be like, digging into my side or whatever. Because certain guitar bodies can put your arms in very awkward positions and so on. So I always like to have a guitar that suits my body. There you are. Okay, so here's a fret. Okay, we talked about this yesterday. On lesson how to change strings. So this is a fret, and this is what a fret looks like. You guys see that? Okay. So that is hammered into. These are pre-cut and then hammered. The frets are hammered in. Okay, and that's how frets work. The frets are then filed using this tool right here. This is kind of a crowner, and it has different thicknesses on it and so on. Can you guys see that there? Maybe you guys can. I don't know. So that is used on the guitar, and then this, when the strings are all off, this is a sanding tool, which is used to have to even out the frets, because you may notice that some notes in your guitar are what is known as dead notes. They might not make a sound when you hit them. Other notes, it just has to do with if the fretboard isn't even. Sometimes people use this tool to even it out. We have some more tools used to do with guitars, which is some dirty old pliers for cutting the ends off strings and cutting strings in between. When you're changing strings, we got some kind of lubricant or something here, Ultimate Lemon Oil. You don't need any of this stuff, but this is just some props, tools of the trade. We have a little tone whistle here. If you use a harmonica or anything you like. You can get thousands of apps on your phones, free guitar tuners and so on. If you want, these are string winders for changing your strings. They often have a little mechanism on them for pulling out these things called pegs, which are at the end of your guitar. Alright, you got 6 pegs there. So that's what these are used for, pulling out those pegs. And yesterday I was very bold, I tipped them in with a hammer. And a tip I told you yesterday was the nut. Alright, the nut, something that helps reduce the friction across the nut is by making the nut hole a little bit wider using these mini files. You guys see these? Using these mini files, and also using a property which is in. Alright, we just went over the allocated time there. There's a property in the pencil called unfortunately it's escaping me right now what it's called. It's called like not lead. But yeah, that's used as a lubricant for metal and so on, so there's less friction there, and less friction is good because it means your strings will stay in tune longer because there's nothing stopping them going back in tune, you know. Right, this right here, what's this called? You walk over it, it's called a bridge. Alright, this thing right here, what's this called? Sound hole. It's like the amplifier, it's like the speaker of the guitar. What is this based on? Female body. Or else you can just call it a regular body if you don't want to risk being not politically correct or something. This is the neck. This is the headstock. Here, these lovely shiny things keep the guitar in tune. Depending on which model you have, it will differ on whether you twist them for or against you. You'll have to listen to see where the pitch goes down or up when you twist it. Up is towards the sound hole, down in guitar language is down towards the headstock. Okay, so we've got headstock, machine heads, tuners, the nut, which is needs to be filed down in some cases, and the bridge, so that the action, which is the height of the string related to the fretboard, so how easy it is to play, it can all be adjusted either by yourself, watching YouTube tutorials, such as myself, Vegan Stephen, and many other things. So listen, this is fully interactive. I will be doing 100 hours of these music lessons. So let me know what you guys would be interested in. It is like literally going to your local guitar teacher. So I understand that you guys have possibly done no homework since the first 4 lessons, because that's just how life works. You know, things just get in the way. You have a fight with your cat or something, and then you have to spend the whole day telling your cat you're sorry, or whatever you guys are into. However your life's going, there's drama in everyone's life. So I understand that you need someone to motivate you and just kind of be on your back and say, listen, I know you didn't practice. Just keep the guitar out, bring it around with you. You'd be amazed all the mad situations it will invoke, and all the good times, all the sing songs. And even if you bring to a party, someone else robs your guitar all night, you get to sing along, which is just bringing yourself to more music. You'll get the more your time you just playing with other people or playing with yourself, the better you'll get, regardless of what you're practicing. I didn't say anything, so it's still okay. Friendly channel. Here we go. Right, it's been 1 hour and 4 minutes. Thank you for enjoying this lesson. I don't think you'll need to go back and study any lessons in repeat, because as I said, I'll just keep repeating myself in different words and adding different things to the story, taking different things out and so on. This is 100 hours, so I'm going to show you every bit of knowledge I've picked up, all the secrets of the trade that you're not supposed to tell. You're not supposed to tell people. I'm going to give away some big secrets. I'm going to tell you what the secret is to becoming a legendary guitar player. Or